Hi there, Dr. Mel here with Inspire Life Chiropractic Center, and thank you for joining our 12 Stages of Healing and Somato Respiratory Integration series. Can you believe it? For those of you who have been tuning in since stage 1, we are at the final stage. Can you believe it? So for those of you who have been following along, you've been practicing, whether you're returning to this video at a later date to practice, I want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge you for really committing to yourself, for being consistent, because this work, although it's simple when it comes to connecting to our bodies, to our breath and movement, it's very powerful when you can actually implement it into your daily routine over time. So way to go. I acknowledge you. You're awesome. So in this stage, stage 12, we are in the season of Awaken Still, and yet what I feel with this stage is a deeper sense of integration of all the stages we've been through, all the seasons we've been through. Stage 12 is all about community. The people around us, the cells within us, all of the communities that we're part of. It really comes back to, again, making sure that you've tuned in with your community first. And that starts with tuning in with your cells. Think about it. All of your cells, all 60 trillion plus cells of you make up its own community. So it's important to connect to that first. And when we become aligned with that community, we can then start to share our gifts with the people, the organizations, the mentors, the groups, the communities that we're part of around us, because we know and we're grounded within our own being, in our own knowing, in our own intelligence. So at this stage, it's key to understand that we're not meant to be in this awaken, yay state all the time, but really integrate everything we've done so that we can move into the world and share our gifts and connect with our community. And the gift is in giving. The more we can give and be in our community, the more we start to see that reflected back to us and how we can continue to show up, which is what we discovered in stage 11, which is receiving and sharing our gifts with the world. So at this stage, again, we're starting on our feet and staying on our feet. Now, this is more dynamic. In this video, you might not see my full body unless I back way up here, which you can't hear me as well. So I'll do my best, but we're gonna be using the energy from the floor, from the ground. So I want you to imagine when you're doing this stage, we're gonna be bending down, placing our hands in the ground, connecting to our feet, connecting to our lower half of our body. And then as we bring our hands up, the exhale, we're gonna transition through the heart and shoot the energy up. As we inhale, again, the community of stars and the solar system, that's part of our community too. We're gonna take that energy, bring it down, and then crouch back down. Now, if you have any issues with this whatsoever, I'm gonna have a more dynamic state with this because I've practiced it, but again, everything can be modified. So whether you need to slow down, whether you don't shoot up as fast, whether you maybe just kind of stay standing a little bit, you're not crouching all the way down, everything can be modified and you can still get the benefit. So with this one, as you're going down, you're gonna be crouching down. If you can see me here and hear me here, we're gonna be crouching down here, and I'm gonna be putting my hands on the floor and on my feet. And as I come up, I'm gonna inhale, feeling really every part of my body, feeling my shins, my knees, my legs, the perineum, right? The genital area, really important to connect to that. Feeling my tummy, my chest, and as I exhale, I'm gonna exhale, keeping my hands on my body, touching my neck and my face, and then shooting the energy up, okay? So you wanna start slow because you wanna connect to all those parts of you, all those communities of you. And then imagine that you're drawing the community of your ancestors, from the ground, from the earth, the community of the earth, drawing that energy up in gratitude. And then on the exhale, it's gonna be in through the nose, out through the mouth, we shoot it up. And then looking like this, reaching up as you inhale, bringing that energy from the cosmos, that gratitude, receiving the love from the community. Exhale down, okay? So I'm gonna start slow, then I'm gonna work myself up. Just like stage 11 here, the rhythm's gonna kick in. The rhythm is gonna take over, okay? So keeping these videos brief, as many of you know, I teach these classes in more depth in the office, so I'll include a link in this video so you can come participate with us and get the depth and get the juice of this, okay? So here we go. keeping your feet flat on the floor so you can feel that energy from the earth as you spring up into the cosmos, connecting to the energy of the earth, the community of the earth, community of the stars. And keeping your feet down, but imagine that energy reaching up as though you are a conduit of community. You are a conduit of that energy of community. Community is not always a physical thing, but a consciousness that you get to hold and create and sustain. Holding the consciousness of community with everything you do. Knowing that as you tune in with yourself and as we interact with the world around us, we are all one, we're all community. So community is not necessarily a place. Yes, it can be a place and a location, such as the community we've created here, the community and your online experiences, but community is also a state of consciousness and being, stepping into that and creating that within your system. So I hope this was helpful. Again, some nuances as I let my system kind of integrate back, making sure you are touching from your feet to your knees, touching your body, really feeling that. So don't pass over that. And that's something I can still practice at this stage. Touching everything, being grateful, shooting that up. Because remember, you are a vessel of your gifts to give in your community and also a vessel to receive from your community as well. Okay, so some nuances I wanted to share with this stage 12. I appreciate you tuning in. Comment below any questions you have about this. I know as we get into later stages, things get more dynamic, so I want to be supportive for you, with you in this community. And if you like this and you know someone who can benefit, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in, and keep inspiring.